well, it's week 5, I think, has just finished at school. We're right back into it, and it's amazing how when you're on holiday, you think, when I get back to work, I'm going to have everything under control, planned, timed. I'm going to breeze my way through my well-planned days with my diary open, and I'll make my evenings free, and at the weekend I'll go to the beach, paint a picture, write a story, you know. Just doesn't happen for me, just doesn't happen. And all I can think about now is what a good time I had back in January. And what we did was we went north for the 175th anniversary of the first Catholic Mass in New Zealand. And that involved a trek right up to the Hokianga Harbour, which is right up in north of Northland, not far from 90 Mile Beach, opposite the Bay of Islands. Amazing place. So I booked a batch up there and took my children and went on a road trip. Now when you get to this place, Kohukohu, it's just this magical stillness. The tide was out, so there were mangrove trees coming up out of the mud. The air was still, there's no people anywhere, and we drove in up this little narrow road next to a school and found the house. It was a beautiful old villa, and we sat in the window seat and lifted up the big sash windows and just look out, and there's this amazing calm and peace and silence and birds making bird noises, but that was it. And you sit there and you think, I could just live here. And the children go out and play tennis across the road, which is about 5 feet away, and the tide comes in gently and laps against the tree trunks, and the sun slowly sinks behind the hill, and it's just magical. And then we, after a couple of days, we went to this celebratory mass, which was great at Motuti Point, and then we decided we wanted to get the 1 o'clock ferry, and bam, we're into it, speeding out of that place like there was no tomorrow, up the gravel roads, down the big dips. We made it to that ferry with 2 cars to spare, and crossed to Rawene, and then the holiday continued, but from then it was kind of a downhill slide towards the return to work. And now I want to get it back, you know, I want to start again already, because work is so busy, and it's really hard to find that magical lift up the window, sit on the sill, have your book there, watch the, it's hard to capture that peace again. But I think you have to find it, and whether it means, will I ever get back there, I don't know. I think I'm pretty determined to go back, but it's what it stood for is what we've got to hold on to, is finding peace. And today in Mass, our priest did a very short reflection after the Gospel, but then we just had silence for a few moments, and I think it's really important. 2 weeks ago we had our Year 13 retreat, and I normally get them to make these labyrinths they walk through and experience the magic of entering a labyrinth and being in a prayerful state. But most of them build their labyrinth, walk through, come out again, say, hey, that was good, I'm just going to sit in the deck and talk now. So after watching this for 4 or 5 years, I said, we're not doing that this year. So while they were having tea, I built a labyrinth with some logs out we're at Cross Creek there, Magnificat. And then I taught them all about contemplative prayer, and then I said, right, and they knew this was coming, so they were quite excited about it. We're going to have 45 minutes of silence, and I'll ring a bell every 15 minutes, and I'll ring a long bell at the end of it. And I was really nervous that it would be a big fail, because we've got 50 teenage girls, you know, 50 17-year-olds, but limited phone access, so that was good. And it was a beautiful day, so no one was allowed to go to their rooms, and everyone had to go outside. And I took a couple of minutes after I'd sent them out, and then I went out, and it was just silent. It was just magic. Everyone was sitting in little spots all over the place. A few people were lying down. I saw someone in the haystack when I went for a little walk. And this whole camp, again, we're in the country, and it was just peaceful. And so for those of us who live in the towns and cities, we've got to have to remember those peaceful moments, take photos of it, find moments of silence, because it's so invigorating to have moments of peace. So now that it's probably coming up to week 6, I'm going to find some peace this week. I'm not sure where or how, because my time seems to be booked minute by minute, but I'm going to look for peace somewhere. Maybe the rest of this Lent will be dedicated to not giving up chocolate or anything else. I'm looking for peace, so good luck.